on, everyone, and welcome back to Invest Daily. Today we're looking at the Metazoo market on TCG Player. We're going to look at high to low, low to high, what's relevant, what's best selling. We're going to look at all of it and talk about all this stuff. So we already know, right? We've already talked about many times that we're in a bad economic time right now. There is severe high inflation. And what that means, the higher the inflation goes, the less money people are going to spend. They're trying to save money. They're taking less vacations. They're doing everything less. And that means they're going to sell off their collections, possibly sell them for a loss. They're going to jump out of collectibles and stuff like that and stop spending as much money. So that's going to bleed money out of Metazoo. That's going to bleed money out of Pokemon, Dragon Ball Super, and you're going to see a lot of prices drop. This means one or two things, right? This is a bad thing. You're going to fear and you're going to sell your stuff, or you're going to see it as a buying opportunity and you're going to pick up all of the items that you've been eyeing for a very long time. But what you have to ask yourself, is it smart, right? So a lot of people are still asking themselves, is Metazoo a good investment? It has only been around for a little bit over a year, and a lot of people don't know if it's going to last 5, 10, 20 years for the long term, right? Honestly, my opinion, I really like Metazoo. I know there's a lot of people that hate it. Right now, I think we're going in a phase where people are selling it, and you still have a lot of people that love Dragon Ball or Pokemon a lot more. So when somebody like Rudy from Alpha Investments talks about Metazoo, you have a lot of hate, right? You have a lot of people that cannot see Metazoo for what it is because they don't want to see this TCG succeed. But I am not biased. I love Pokemon. I love Dragon Ball. I love Magic. I love all these different card games. So I give Metazoo a chance, and I think it's pretty cool. But yes, prices are going down a lot, and that's what we're going to talk about. So looking at the market right now on best selling, you can do this yourself on tcgplayer.com. You can look up Metazoo, and then you can see right here best selling. Now, when you look at the booster boxes, obviously the boxes sealed are the best-selling products right now. So just like Pokemon and other TCGs, a lot of people are going after the booster boxes. Of course, Metazoo doesn't have trainer boxes, like elite trainer boxes like Pokemon. So a lot of people are going after these main releases. Now, we do have Seance coming out very soon. I don't know if that's going to be a hit or not, because a lot of people are not really into the Seance theme. I've heard people say a lot of people are really pumped up for UFO. I think UFO did okay. It didn't do great, right? And Wilderness was doing a lot better than it's doing now, but it pretty much jumped off of a cliff. Right now, you have first edition booster boxes as low as $61.87. 34 listings on TCG Player, and that is lower than UFO. So right now, UFO is hovering right above Wilderness for $71.95 a box. But you still have Kickstarter boxes. I think that they came down quite a bit, and they're starting to inch back upwards. It doesn't mean they won't come back down. I do not think the market as a whole, right? We're talking about everything, stocks, investments, inflation. I do not think the market is going in the right direction. I do think that it could get a little bit worse. When you look at every type of recession in history, and every time the market has reacted like this, it tumbled and then it comes up a little bit and it tumbles again. So this may not be the floor price for all of these products. They could go even lower. So do not be scared, right? If you really want to buy something, if you really want to put something in your collection, sometimes it's just best to do that. But you have to understand that you have to buy what you're willing to lose. You could lose all of your money. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the future holds for Metazoo, and nobody can tell you with 100% certainty that it is going to succeed, because none of us know that. So I put money and I diversify into different products, and I put all of the money into stuff that I'm willing to lose. If it were to go to zero, I would be okay with that. So looking at Metazoo Kickstarter edition boxes right now, you only have 4 listings on TCG Player for as low as $5,000, saying the market price right now is $6,333. And I'm pretty sure these are actually a lot cheaper on places like eBay. And then you come down here and you have your first edition boxes as low as $489.95. That is pretty low, right? That is about 60%. A drop off from what I remember these being at. They were like 1,100 to about 1,200 bucks, and now they're as low as under $500. So if you were ever looking to pick up a first edition box, this might be the time. Now these could dip down to about $450, maybe even $430. No one truly knows, and they could go back up like I said, Kickstarter boxes are starting to inch back upwards right now. And you have your Nightfall boxes as low as $131.98, which is crazy because these boxes, when they first came out, were like $350, and right now they're $130. If you really just want to crack some cards, $71 for a UFO box is pretty cheap, and $61 for a Wilderness box is very cheap. Now, I know a lot of people were upset about the print runs. They said 100,000 for like Wilderness and UFO was absolutely too much. And I do think that Metazoo does listen to the fan base, because they said they were going to tighten the print run. I believe for Seance is going to be like 50,000. So they're going to chop it down, and they say we're not going to print as much. So yes, that is a drop in the bucket compared to massive IPs like Pokemon, who print in the billions. But you also have to understand that Pokemon is astronomically just crazy. Like, it's so much bigger than Metazoo and stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Super. So, but if Metazoo succeeds in the long term, years from now, 50,000, even 100,000 is going to be a drop in the bucket, and it will still be very rare. So when you look at rarity and you're starting to look at, like, you know, Kickstarter boxes where they only have a few thousand, that is incredibly rare. You have your non-alt boxes right now. I see those going for pretty cheap as well, and people are thinking about dropping off their non-alt boxes and selling them for like $38,000, $4,000, maybe $4,500. That is very cheap. If I were to pick up anything in Metazoo and you really believe in Metazoo going forward, a non-alt box is where it's at. There's only like 400 in existence, and I would bet you that probably 200 plus have been cracked, right? So that means what? There's probably 150 to 200 boxes left in circulation. That is crazy, incredibly rare. And we all know that, you know, they have a collaboration with eBay. So TCG Player was just bought out by eBay. So that brings Metazoo a little bit closer, right, to having that collaboration, that notoriety with TCG Player. And as they go ahead and tweak their website, and eBay pushes more Metazoo, if they do, right, for that collaboration, that could bring more notoriety and more hype to Metazoo. So think about those little things like that. Now, moving over to Relevance, we'll see what's relevant in Metazoo. Right now, it looks like people are loving these binders. These binders are out of stock. It was saying the market price for the Wilderness binder is only $35, but people really love the Nightfall card binder. And of course, I mean, look at that design. That design is just awesome right there. And then you have your staff metal, your diplomat metal. A lot of that stuff sold out. And of course, Metazoo US PCC promo box is going to be relevant because this stuff is just starting to drop. A lot of people are trying to sell their uncut sheets and their promo boxes and stuff like that. So there's two listings right now for $147.95. And you can just see the other stuff that's on here. Now let's go ahead and look at low to high. Low to high, obviously, is going to be your auras. So a lot of your auras and your not so cool cards, right? So you have your bronze auras, some of your silver cards like Dear Woman, you have Sudden Camouflage. These cards are as low as 1 cent, 1 to 2 cents. So very, very cheap. Non-hollow. And then moving high to low, this is where it gets exciting. Obviously, you're going to have your Kickstarter stuff. So I've also heard a lot of people talking about a full holographic Kickstarter edition Mothman, because this is about as cheap as they have gotten so far. This card was right around $2,500, I would say, for a raw card. And they were really up there if you had a PSA 10. And right now, they are pretty cheap. Let's look at a 6-month chart. And we can see they're dipping down just a little bit. We had about $2,600 right here. This is what I was talking about, dipping down to almost $2,000, jumped off to $1,999. And you can see the reverse market price is right around $1,200. So about $700 to $800 cheaper than a full hollow. And then moving on down all the way to about $1,500. So if you wanted to pick up one of these, honestly, I would say the Mothman is like the Charizard of Pokemon. This is a fan favorite right here. They push Mothman a lot. A lot of people love Mothman. This card is really, really cool. And this is probably the cheapest I have seen this Kickstarter card right here for a full holographic. So if you look on the eBay market, who knows? You might even get one cheaper than this. And this is definitely a grail to have for your collection, just like I said, as well as that Kickstarter box or a non-alt. And then you have your UFO boxes right here for a case hovering right around $1,049. And Nightfall is at $901, especially with Halloween around the corner. A lot of people anticipated that Nightfall will go up in value. Who knows? We'll see, right? Halloween is right around the corner, and this was a pretty cool set. I really did like the Nightfall set. Let's go ahead and move down and see what else we see. The first edition boxes, we already seen that. We'll go ahead and take a look at it because this is the first set, right? So $489, and it just jumped off. Right here, this was about 3 months ago. They were at $758.49 and jumping all the way down to $489. But looking at sales history, we still have quite a few sales. So quite a few sales right under $500. Right here on the 5th of August, we had one for $504, and ever since then, it hovered right under 500 bucks. So not bad for that, right? Not bad. If you want to pick up one of those, that is the time. And of course, you still have some of your oldest Rudy promos up here at the top for $312, which is still quite a bit of money for that. And your Revive boxes, these were also a big hit. A lot of people enjoyed this for 200 bucks. And then your Santa Claus First Edition, these are very, very expensive holiday promos, but it is sold out, and the market price it says is $220. And this was a very, very expensive card. That's just taking an overall look at the market. I think that Metazoo will pick back up over time. Now, when you look at any market, you look at any card game, you look at specific individual cards, boxes, sealed product. Like I said, you are going to see drops in value. It is going to drop. The market will basically go sideways, right? It will sit there sideways for quite a while. It depends on demand. And eventually, if people desire these products, the market will tend to take back off again. So you have to look at some of the rare products. I mean, Metazoo has a lot of collaborations. They have a lot of promo cards. They have a lot of serialized stuff now. It's just stuff everywhere. So you have to really pick what you think is going to be most rare and what a lot of people are going to desire. Remember, it's not really about the population report. There's Charizards out there and there's cards out there that have tens of thousands that still go for thousands of dollars. It's really about that demand and how much people love it, right? So, like I said, when you're looking at cards like that Kickstarter edition Mothman, that is something that is going to be desired. That is a staple for Metazoo. That is a fan favorite. That is a flagship card and character in all of Metazoo. So you have to think about stuff like that going forward. And I hope that y'all got something from this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all again soon. Out.